such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy him rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Having children is one of the most joyous occasions of our life. However, amid all of the celebration, there are some more difficult parenting responsibilities that we need to be careful of.
Right, yes. Once we have children, it is imperative that, heaven forbid, something happen, we have our affairs in order. But navigating that course can be extremely confusing.
So part of our New Beginnings series with State Farm, we've invited State Farm agent Eric Hamilton to come and talk to us about estate planning and life insurance.
Right. Welcome, Eric.
Welcome to MommyCast.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So this is a very uncomfortable topic.
Thinking about your children or your family and making sure that they're taken care of. I mean, that has to motivate you to at least deal with the topic.
So I think a lot of people just assume that it'll just happen. Yeah. My mother tells me whenever I come to visit, just mark everything you want. Here's your color sticker. You just put it on the bottom of whatever you want. But you still have to plan it. You still have to write it down. Otherwise, you don't know, right?
Sure. And a will is a good place to start. It'll help you to determine what you want to have to go to who.
Okay, so what actually goes into the will and the trust? Because honestly, I don't have that much monetarily, but I do have many children. So how does that work with your trust and your will?
Sure. A trust is going to set aside those assets so that once you do pass, those assets that you have can get to your loved ones the way you wanted them to.
So you actually can outline exactly what you want.
You can say, I want my children to go.
Susie to get the vase, and I want Johnny to get the picture. I mean, you actually can outline it like that.
It can be done that way. You want to talk with a legal professional, such as a licensed attorney, regarding the trust itself.
But what about your children? Do they go in your will, or?
The will is going to help to dictate who may have custody of those children.
Well, okay, so on to life insurance.
There's two basic types of life insurance. One's called term and the other's called permanent. What term life insurance is it may have a lifetime of 5, 10, or maybe even 20 to 30 years, at which time that policy no longer exists. So you've paid premiums into that policy. It's provided you the benefit of a death benefit, but once that 20-year or 30-year or 10-year timeline passes, the life insurance is done and you either start a new policy or you go without.
Okay, so you better die within the 30 years or whatever, or you're out of luck?
That's the risk that you take with a term policy. The permanent policy is going to last for the rest of your life. So you can get that policy now, and it's going to continue until you do die.
What are some of the cost differences then between those types of policies?
Because term policies have a shorter timeline, the premium itself is a lot lower. Permanent policies, however, may cost you a little bit more on a daily basis or a monthly basis as you pay your premiums, but the benefits within that policy oftentimes outweigh the premium that's being placed into it.
Is all of the benefit when you die, or is there benefits that you can
receive
during?
There's some living benefits that also come with the permanent policy. Built in that permanent policy is called cash value. And what that cash value does is, as you pay your premiums, some of the money is going towards the cost of the life insurance itself, and the rest of it's going into the cash value. So as that cash value continues to grow and build up, it's going to grow tax deferred.
Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. Is there an interest percentage on it?
Some policies do have an interest percentage, and some also declare dividends if it's participating.
So how do you determine which one is the right one for you?
The first thing to determine is what your need for life insurance is, and what some people will look at as a rule of thumb is 7 years worth of income should be the amount of life insurance.
7 years?
7 years.
Okay.
7 years worth of your income to be placed away as the death benefit in case you were to pass away.
That's nice. I got to check into that. Let's make sure my husband's got me set up for 7 years just in case.
Now, what some others will do, and we at State Farm will do, is a needs analysis, and we'll take a look at what your living expenses are today. We're going to also make sure that we replace your income. We're going to take a look at funeral expenses and make sure that those are also handled. And we'll look at any education expenses for children, or if there's other loved ones you take care of, such as parents. We're living in a sandwich generation right now.
Right.
That's true.
That's true.
Now, I've heard you mention again and again funeral expenses. I mean, are funeral expenses really that expensive?
What's the average cost?
What's the average cost?
I've had experiences with clients who've had funeral expenses anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000.
Wow.
That's a lot.
For an unexpected cost.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Okay, so I'm guessing you really, to feel good about this, you want to find the right estate planner or attorney, correct? How do you even start that ball rolling?
A good place to start is to talk with one of your insurance professionals, or you can start with references from your friends or other family members who've gone through incidents and things that life brings us like that.
Okay.
Eric, thank you so much for coming today. This has been very helpful.
For more information on planning for your future, check out our website.
MommyCast.com.